Baja Blast. It usually has a cooler noise than that. Boy, I am parched. Let me shut the door real quick. So I just saw Unfriended, the dark web, and I actually really liked it. So to talk about what I liked about this film, and I'll try to do the least amount of spoilers as possible. We might need to cut just a second. Gotta get this stuff quick. It's going out of the stores. It's better in the bottle though. Anyone tells you different, they're insane. Cans don't do it. Taco Bell's too watery. Got a bottle. Alright, so first off, this sequel just does so many things right. It looks like they really took the time to go over the criticisms of the first film and make sure they did not repeat these errors. In the first film, there's a lot of, you know, dumb decisions that characters make. Some of how the technology and software on their computers work makes no sense. Skype doesn't work like how they portray it. And it's random. There's no characters to like. They're all assholes, to be quite honest. I don't even know their names. I just got out of this movie, so I guess it's a bit fresher in my mind, but I know some of their names and actually cared for them. They just do such a good job in the first few minutes, really making this character decent. Based on the trailers, it was really weirdly shot. Like his whole face was like in there, and it was like super like the lighting on him just made him look like kind of a weirdo. So I thought, oh man, these guys don't even know what they're doing with this film. It's more real. Video cameras on laptops aren't the most flattering, especially when your face is right in it. So this main character's name is Matthias, which is a cool name. And then there's some character named AJ, Maddie's love interest, which is Amaya. Her name is Amaya because the main character Matthias makes a software program that interprets ASL, sign language, and gives it to her over Skype, I guess. He named it and created it, so it's called Papaya, because that rhymes with Amaya, get it? But no, I actually thought it was really cool. It sets up that he's a hardworking guy that he likes this girl a lot, and he's making her a program to help them some communication get better. So right off the bat, I'm liking this character. You find out he did something. It's not incredibly bad, so you don't absolutely just hate him. So his girlfriend, I think, she's deaf, and they just do it so well. They have him creating this app for her, and they use the deafness of this female character in a lot of cool, interesting ways that go in with some plot twists and some suspense that goes on in the background of some of the Skype footage. So Matt, great guy. Amaya, she's okay. She doesn't talk, obviously, which she doesn't need to. I think the actress did a good job. And then there was, to my surprise, a lesbian couple. They did a really good job, I think. They showed that they were affectionate for another. There wasn't one that was just like super butch and like, ugh, I'm a lesbian. It was just, two girls that were in love with each other, and you could tell. So those were likable, and not just because they're lesbian. And I just absolutely love when a LGBT character is portrayed accurately and in an honest, non-stereotypical light. Then there's another character. He's in London. He's one of their friends. They're all doing a game night over Skype, which is also a believable thing. The first one, I don't know, they Skype because it's like, teenagers Skype, we're cool. So to have a really good premise right off the bat of them like doing a game night, and he's gonna have his deaf girlfriend maybe come along, and Skype, they'd be able to have some fun with Cards Against Humanity. Okay, and then there's another character. He's like I guess he's a video blogger, and he talks about how conspiracies and whatnot, and how social media is like a scheme and we're the products. But they don't make it too crazy. It's believable in my opinion. It ties in really nicely. So yeah, great characters. I actually cared about each and every one of them. They weren't assholes. If they did something that was kind of ass-ish, you know, it made sense in the context of the story. And, whew, spicy. At first I thought I was going to be the only one in the audience, but actually there was another guy in front of me. There was this nice family that sat a couple rows in front of me. I ended up moving because they were like talking, and then like the husband got on his cell phone and he was just on the phone. Not even like, oh, I can't talk right now. He's like having a conversation, and then he like hung up. Bright screen, like blinding my eyes. Yeah, so lots of good twists. I don't think there's anything I disliked per se. The first film just like spliced a bunch of random music in it while she was like Skyping. It just didn't make sense. This one made a little more sense. He was listening to a playlist of either his girlfriend made him, or a playlist that reminded him of his girlfriend. I think they did a good balance of it, which is good because they make it very, besides some jump scare noises, they make it very real and visceral. You know, it's just like the screens and the audio of the characters. So filling it up with some audio like music, or even having just one of the characters in the background being a dumbass really helped kind of fill some dead air. Yeah, so based on the trailers, I thought it was going to be really cheesy, but the acting was actually really good. Like they got some tears going, which was good. I mean, I couldn't tell if they used the little eye drop things, but you know, I believed all of the characters. Not once did I say, oh, that person's a crappy actor, they shouldn't have been in there. It was all decently acted. I think the main character especially was pretty good. You could tell he was very concerned about his girlfriend's safety and the safety of his friends. I just think it's very unfortunate that it's a little bizarre if you think about it, because if this movie would have been just called The Dark Web, I honestly don't know how many people would have gone out to see it. It's really weird because the Unfriended was just crap. You look on IMDb, here's a screenshot. It's got a bad score. Both of them have bad scores all around. And I feel like the sequel just automatically got a bad score because people just have this tendency to want to hate things that are easy targets, but this, I don't think it deserves any hate. It wasn't a perfect movie. I thought it was a decent horror film that tried something different. You know, the dark web being what it is actually very chilling. It's a very scary concept that I think they captured pretty well. Probably my only complaint would be just like how some of the videos were, some of the dark web videos they found on the laptop. I didn't believe those. That was the worst of it. I think they maybe could have had the first video that they watched be a little bit more gritty and violent, just to really show you like, oh wow, these characters are in some deep shit. Like, I don't need to see something really nasty, because I know there's really nasty stuff on there, probably. But that didn't really get me excited or intrigued about what the dark web held. So I think they could have done a lot better with that. But what I did like was the conflict because of what happened with him getting the laptop and delving into things they shouldn't have. You can't see it, but I have my phone taped up with a bunch of scotch tape on my laptop. Apparently I read online somewhere that there might have been like several different endings that they were going to air in different theaters. I don't know what ending I got, but I actually really liked it. It tied into the main characters really well, and it just made your heart like, ugh. It was really heartbreaking to see anything happen to the characters. So for now, I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. Like I said, the dark web portion of it, like the videos and the content on there, wasn't really believable at all. It just looked so staged and fake that it didn't scare me. It wasn't really a scary movie. It was like a suspenseful, like kind of mystery in a way. But we'll let it have that. It's a horror movie, sure. So yeah, overall, I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. Acting was okay. The pacing, I think, was good. At the first part of the movie, set up the characters, did what it needed to do. The characters were funny. Like, the interactions were believable. You could believe that they were a bunch of kids having fun on a game night or whatever. In terms of music, there wasn't really anything music related besides some stuff he played on Spotify. I guess I would have liked them not to add jump scare sound effects for no reason. With a movie like this, it's already not like horror film. It's more this eeriness. You would have maintained the eeriness so much better if you would have just not added these boom sound effects that don't make any sense. Unless, like, you know, the dark web people installed those for each time he got a message, it was like boom. But yeah, I just think everyone should just give this a chance. If you like horror films, it's worth a shot. It's not, I don't think it's predictable. I think I'll see it again with my husband because he didn't want to see it because the first one was so terrible we just couldn't even stand it. So he decided to stay away from the second film. But then immediately after it ended, I was texting him and letting him know, like, oh my gosh, it's actually really good. You should have come. So we might go see it again. Hopefully I get one of those illusory alternate endings that have been spoken of on the web. The lighter web, not the dark one. Thank you for listening to my rambling and lack of eye contact. I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking. Right there, I guess. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Well, thank you for Skyping with me, everyone. Remember, if you get a laptop that leads you to some troublesome places, just don't even risk it. You turn that shit in, you tell the cops, you fight tooth and nail to get out alive, because you just never know if oh! Ah! Oh, what are you doing? Ah! Ah! No! Ah! Let's try one more.